Welcome to Alaska Man Adventures. Today we're going to take some of the catch we got from shrimping, and I'm going to show you how to peel some shrimp and get them ready for a couple of different recipes. I've been sorting through and taking the smaller ones like this and putting them in a bowl, and those are going to be for a steamed version of shrimp that we can peel and then you put on salads and things like that, omelets, all kinds of goodies. And then these big guys like this, I'm going to peel them and get a bowl full, getting ready for our panko mix. And so I'll show you that a little later on in the process. But just to peel a shrimp, there's actually a technique that's saved me a lot of time. And I just simply slide my thumb underneath the first two plates right here and pull back. Now you can see the eggs on this shrimp, it's a lot there, but I just pull back the shell on the first section so I can grab the meat, and then I pinch right at the last sections, and look how easily that meat comes out of the shell. It's just a slick, easy way to do it. And I'll do another one. I'll do it in slow motion here. And pinch in the back. And that's simple. Now every time we'll peel that shrimp out. Now these were frozen overnight, and the reason we froze our shrimp is we kind of like how the texture is after that. It's kind of hard to explain, but when they're super fresh, they're almost rubbery. And so if you freeze them, it kind of loosens up the muscle and makes them a little easier to eat. So anyway, I'm just going to keep peeling some shrimp, and I'll see you when it's time to do some pankoing. Okay, we've done the hard work of peeling the shrimp. That's all done now. And so I'll show you the next step on what we do for our favorite recipe, which is what we call panko shrimp. And so I've got a lot of different ingredients here. I've got salt and pepper, ground garlic, ground onion, and this is our panko breading mix. I've already put some eggs in here. I put 6 eggs in because I'm doing quite a bit of shrimp. And with the eggs, all I do for that is add a little salt and pepper. Actually quite a bit of pepper. I don't have any exact measurements for this. You just do it to the taste that you like. And of course, I'm going to scramble these eggs up. And what that does is by going actually we're going to go into flour first, then the egg. And what that does is the flour attaches to the shrimp, and then the egg attaches to the flour. Now in this bowl, I just happen to have almond flour in there, and that's just because of some sensitivities, different things that are in different kinds of flour, but any kind will work for this. And in there, I like to put my garlic. You can do go to your what your taste buds say to do. That's ground onion, and I think I'll go ahead and throw a little pepper in there too, just for giggles here. And then you mix that all up. It just adds a little extra flavor to your shrimp. You would be surprised, you won't really taste it in there, but it all just goes together. And that's the key to a good dish, is not one flavor stands out over the others. And of course our panko mix. Okay, now we're ready for the shrimp. And there's many ways you can do your shrimp. On these great big ones, you could split them right down the middle and make a butterflied shrimp. I'm just not going to go through all that hassle right now. And I'm just going to add some shrimp into my flour mix. Okay, once they've got some on it, then they go into the egg. And I like to just kind of twirl it as I put them in. That seems to flip them good. Let's see, I think there's one more. There we go. Okay, and then once they're wet with the egg, I drain them the best I can. put them right into the panko mix. And I try to throw them in separate from each other when possible. And all that does is just make sure they're not sticking together and clumping up. This is kind of a slow, methodical process, and you just got to be patient. By the time I'm done with a 5-pound bag of shrimp, it takes a while. But once you've got cookie sheets loaded with this product and frozen in your freezer, because I'm going to actually take them off the cookie sheets once they're frozen and put them in the Ziploc bags, and you can have this delicious dinner anytime you want. Okay, there's a finished product going right onto the tray. Now I've put a little saran wrap on there that keeps it from sticking or dirtying up the pan at all. And that makes them freeze really quickly too, because they'll be all separated out. Oh, there's one more hiding in there. That's how we do it. And when I get the first layer done, then I've got extra saran wrap stuck to the counter here. I'm going to put another layer down, and I'll go 2 layers high and then into the freezer. And they'll be frozen within 2 hours. You've got a frozen shrimp that you can then put into Ziploc bags and pull them out whenever you're ready to fry something, and just do a handful into your fryer, and wow. We cook ours in coconut oil, and it's absolutely amazing. Okay, it's time for layer 2. I conveniently put this on the counter a little earlier. Another piece of saran wrap. Just put it right on top of your last batch, and look how beautiful those guys are. Separate them out like that, and then we're going to put them in the freezer, and we can pull them out anytime we want. Now you could go ahead and fry them right there also. They're ready to go for dinner tonight if you wanted. It's important to kind of move the shrimp along as you go. My daughter learned the hard way that if you leave all your shrimp piled up in your eggs after the flour, that pretty soon the flour just turns into glue and glues them all into one big ball. And then it's very hard to deal with. So you're going to want to pull your shrimp out fairly soon, and then into the panko and get them rolled up. So. And you notice here I just kind of go between them. Every time you plow between them, you end up plowing the panko up on top of them. My whole reason for doing that is trying not to knock the covering off of them. Here we are 24 hours later. They are frozen, ready to go. Now the only thing left to do is to put them in the Ziploc bags. And so what a beautiful product. It'll be ready for our dinner tonight. Looking so forward to that. Well, folks, I've been a busy beaver tonight. We're frying up some of our frozen shrimp that we made the other day. I've actually made 2 kinds tonight. If you look down here, you'll see steamed shrimp, and I've heated the butter right in the pot. It'll be ready for my honey today. I just did a little bit of pickling spice, my crab recipe in that, and some sea salt. And look at, we've been frying up shrimp. Look at those golden nuggets of joy, I call it. And I was going to show you the process. All I do is you just pick out get the Fry Daddy going with coconut oil in it. And I know coconut oil costs a bit, but it's so worth it. So much healthier for you, and it just tastes wonderful. It tastes like coconut shrimp. Look at those babies fry. It only takes a few minutes. I'd say probably under 5 minutes, and you're pulling them out of the fryer. I'm just going to stick these back in the freezer until I'm ready for the next time. Turn them around a little bit while they're in the fryer, and that gets them all cooked nice and evenly. While those shrimp are frying, I'm going to make some sauce that I just love dipping my shrimp in. And what it consists of, this is sort of good organic ketchup. In fact, this one was made in Portland, Oregon. And I just randomly pick up mustards, or different condiments, as long as they're high quality, don't have a bunch of garbage in them. A little bit of mustard. Oops. I could have shook that first. A little bit of Liam Perrin sauce. And I like things a little spicy, so I'm going to do about 3 shakes of Tabasco. And I'll just mix that up with a spoon. Oh, usually I'm not so messy. And it becomes this beautiful, delicious sauce. And it's kind of like a cocktail sauce, but just my own version. Just using stuff of what was available in the fridge, and it just turned out amazing. I've used it many times since. Time to get the shrimp out. Now if you look in here, you can see they're kind of floating near the top. That's a good sign they're done. And they look pretty good. So I like to use this tool that picks up quite a bit at once, and you can drain the oil on the side when you're lifting it. And just look at that amazing dinner for tonight. That's panko shrimp and coconut oil. Thank you for watching Alaskan Man Adventures. I sure enjoy showing you how we live off the land. It's a special place. Don't forget to hit your subscribe button so you can see future adventures and tips. And I look forward to seeing you sometime soon.